We go to the legacy of Charlie Kirk.
How would you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered for courage for my faith.
Ever since that fateful day, September 10th, when Charlie was assassinated by a guy who likes dudes who like to feel pretty.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. This mother...
There's been arguments going back and forth.
You're kidding.
Between the queen of conspiracy, Candace Owens,
Kill the monster!
and those with common sense.
What the fuck?
Now, it all comes to a head. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this. Challenges have been made.
Okay.
But wait, there's a twist.
Fuck.
And it's what's next.
And here we go.
What's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Friday. And we're at the end of the week, going into the weekend. Of course, there's in the East. Chilly when you wake up this morning, but yeah, it's not going to get any better. But anyway, TPUSA, Candace Owens, and the legacy of Charlie Kirk. I've mentioned briefly in other videos about what's going on, but I've never did a full in-depth or deep dive into this until all the information that's come out over the last 24 hours. And there's been a lot. But like I said in my intro, you have the legacy of Charlie Kirk, you have the queen of conspiracy, Candace Owens, and then you have those with common sense. I put myself in that latter category because to me, I'm not a conspiracy buff. There are some things that I've watched over the years that make you scratch your head, you know, the moon landing, situations with 9/11, what have you, but I still stand firm that yes, we landed on the moon, and yes, Islamo-Nazi motherfuckers took out our brothers and sisters on that fateful day on September 11th. But I'm not here to talk about that. Over the last 3 months since Charlie Kirk's death, at the hands of a guy who, like dudes who like to feel pretty, there's been arguments, there's been discussions, there's been back and forth, there's been bantering, there's been gaslighting, there's been instigations, there's been nonsensical bullshit being tossed out all over the place, and to see what sticks. You've had those who've actually gone up to Charlie Kirk and asked him questions, who have confronted him, who actually have taken pictures with him, who had made friends with him, who are now citing that something is amiss, something is wrong in Denmark in regards to Charlie Kirk and who truly ended his life. And then you have those like us with common sense who say, hey, let the evidence play out. Let it all play out at the trial to see if this guy was truly the one who took Charlie Kirk out. That's me. To me, let it go. But no, those like Candace Owens and her Candanistas, as I like to call them, have not let up. They continue to posture, they continue to gaslight, they continue to instigate, they continue to push forth wacky conspiracy theories, especially that, oh, Candace knows the truth. You know, hey, they're coming after me. You know, assassination plots. The French are involved. Baguettes and cheese. Israel, Jews are involved because, of course, they have to be. So now we're at this point. Finally, TPUSA has come out and says, you know what? You keep throwing out challenges. Challenges are accepted. Anytime, any place. Candace says, sure, great. You know, all the pomp and circumstance, you know, all the balloons, all the celebrations or what have you, the lights popping, what have you. Yes, let's do it. Anytime, any place. Challenge accepted. But wait, there's a twist to all this. So I'm going to play a couple of different videos from Tim Pool and Candace Owens herself. And yeah, it's must-watch TV. And
it's Hugh. He says, Tim, I work in construction and experienced the same thing. My coworkers are all in on the Charlie Kirk conspiracies. If the Republicans lose in the midterms, I believe that Candace Owens is wholly responsible. Everything to go to war with the organization that helped get Trump elected. Turning Point specifically was going out and registering people to vote. Without Charlie, it's in trouble. Turning Point needs to be able to go out and rally young people and register them to vote. And she's doing everything she can to destroy that. And that is going to I suppose it's going to rip out the coffers on the right. There is no organization like Turning Point that exists anywhere else that has the resources and the reach. And without Charlie, I'm not sure that they can make it. But I can tell you this, Candace lighting a Molotov and throwing it through the window is not helping. And it's the most demoralizing thing ever. Additionally, all of the fucking cowards on the right who are too scared to say anything about her, because she tweets at me talking shit or whatever, and then a bunch of people come and flood our chat. I could give a single flying fuck. You can come and you can burn everything I have to the ground, and I will happily live in a van down by the river. What I care about is what is true and what will help this country and what works. And she is a fucking scumbag, okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating that Turning Point literally killed the guy who made them all rich. And I hear this in the streets, and at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna lose the midterms. We're gonna lose the midterms, then we're gonna lose in 2028, and it's because she's a piece of shit. Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest, retarded crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. But what is the purpose of intentionally fanning the flames for 3 endless months of just nonstop retard shit, Candace? Holy crap. You know, initially in the beginning, she brought up some interesting things. New photos had emerged, and I said, wow, I even said this to Andrew Colvett at Turning Point at the beginning of October. Now she's at the point where it is video after video where she's saying it's an inside job. She's saying, like, there's a video of the dude, Mikey McCoy, grabbing his phone and making a phone call, and she's acting like that's weird. And then you get this other guy who's claiming that the business is a parking lot. Well, he full well knows businesses can be registered anywhere. To be fair, it's not only just Candace and saying what she's saying. It is all of these people who are like piranhas ripping the right to shreds. And you know what? A lot of cowards on the right being unwilling to say anything
If Candace
about
is
it.
available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix. At this point, we believe the ball is back in her court.
So I accept it with whistles and bells, everything I fully accept. You can pick the place, you can pick the time. At 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time on Monday, December 15th from Charlie's Phoenix studio, our offer from yesterday holds. If Candace wishes to join us in person in Phoenix, you can pick the place, you can pick the time. Obviously, leading up to Christmas, that's the last week of our show. Obviously, it's a pretty busy week. You can pick the place, you can pick the time, but no, they need to have it in person in Phoenix on December 15th, or they cannot have me at all.
I think the idea that Charlie would want her to advocate everyone pull their donations from the organization he built.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
No one hates Charlie more than Candace Owens. Let me say that very, very clearly. I want to say it straight to the camera for all of her biggest fans, and then she can grab this clip and put it on her show. I do think it's absolutely hilarious that we're a substantially smaller show than hers, but she brought us up anyway. So thanks for saying my name, Candace. No one hated Charlie Kirk more than Candace Owens. She reviles him, she spits on his grave, and she smiles while doing it.
My thoughts. Wow. Just wow. Now, of course, there are tons of videos over the last 3 months in regards to this back and forth. But the fact of the matter is that for Candace, and this is going to be squarely aimed at her, for her to supposedly be Charlie's best friend, the best friend ever, and to say, hey, you know what? I've got some things in my head that I'm kind of, scratching my head about. And you know what? It kind of doesn't quite set right with me. And I need to find out what's going on. And I've got a platform to do it. So instead of actually doing actual research and say, hey, you know what? Here's what's going on from that fateful day. Why are these people standing around? I've got some new, I'm able to get my hands on new photos and new inquiries and what have you. No, she went straight off the rails into conspiracy land. Like I mentioned in the beginning, in my intro, the beginning. When you go from assassination plots to Israel, to the Jews, Charlie didn't accept this money, so they bumped him off, to the French being involved, $1.3 million from Macron, to go after, Candace because she knows so much. And, just because, she decided to call Macron's wife a dude. To all the conspiratorial, nonsensical bullshit that's been thrown out there last 3 months, as Tim put it. It's just insane. It's just absolutely insane. Has she stuck to just one subject? When that subject, then to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to continue the investigation. I'm going to follow through and see what it comes of it. No. She went from that to that to that. She kept on bouncing from one to another because if one didn't stick, and it wasn't getting if it wasn't getting the engagement that she was looking for, she would bounce onto the other one and to the other one and to the other one. The grift is very strong in this woman. When your video collection is Charlie Kirk, 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 Charlie Kirk. Good grief, woman. Can you take a breath? Take a deep breath, take a step back and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to give this stuff a break. So she does. I'm going to take a week off. I'm going to take a week off of Thanksgiving, because assassination plots, and I need to get away from this situation because, it's getting a little too tense. So she shows up in Dollywood, Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, and gets caught in a selfie with one of her fans.
Wait the hell a minute. So right before Thanksgiving break, you guys know what Candace posted, this elaborate plot by foreign governments, including the Macrons, the French government, and one Israeli, apparently, that planned to assassinate her. Very, very drastic claim. I mean, this is serious. So House and Habit posted this earlier today, that apparently Candace Owens, on this break, where she went off air dramatically, apparently, allegedly, she went on vacation to Dollywood, which, by the way, is completely fine. I'm not coming at you for that. Enjoy yourself, girl. But you just claimed that an entire foreign government is trying to assassinate you, girl. Along with one Israeli, apparently, and you're at Dollywood? This is the text message that is attached to that photo, and it reads, my daughter's best friend went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving. They spent yesterday at Dollywood. Guess who she ran into? Yep, Candace Owens, out in the open in a public place amongst claimed assassination attempts. Make it make sense. And yes, this photo is from yesterday. Oh my God. And if this is true, that her daughter's best friend just ran up to Candace Owens, that means that Candace Owens didn't have her security on her or something. You know what I mean? She wasn't high security, right? Is that what that means? So, help me make this make sense. There's a foreign operation plotting her assassination, so much so that she ran to the White House, all this stuff. But she allowed some rando stranger run up to her. You know what I mean? Dollywood does not look low-key whatsoever. It looks like it has a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people, high population, Disneyland, Disney World. Maybe not that much. You know what I mean? Astroworld, maybe you guys remember that. Six Flags, something like that. This is just high-level detail. Okay, Dollywood is a theme park. It's owned by Hershend and Dolly Parton Productions, and it's located in Knoxville metropolitan area in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, near the gateway of the Great Smoky Mountains. I bet it's beautiful. It sounds beautiful. Hosting nearly 3 million guests in a typical season, from mid-March to the Christmas holidays. It sounds very populated, very busy. Okay, Dollywood is the biggest ticketed tourist attraction in Tennessee. It has won several international awards. Oh, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. This would be the last place that I would be at if I had a whole assassination plot illustrated in paper trail. I would not be here. I'd be minimum a bunker, minimum my house, minimum off the grid, minimum. You would not catch me. I'm just saying.
And then that's blown up. That's blown up because, supposedly she went into hiding because of assassination plots, but yet she's at Dollywood. Anyway. And then Tim comes out and roasts the fuck out of her. And rightly so. And rightly so. The man's legacy is at risk here. Everything that he built for TPUSA, from the age of 18 to when he literally died for the cause at 31 is all in jeopardy. All of it. And I didn't even bring up, the midterms. I didn't even bring up 28. I'm not even bringing up any of that. I'm bringing up right now everything that he's built. All the people, all the lives that he's touched over the last decade. To say, hey, you know what? When I'm no longer here, it's all on you, and you need to go forth and continue you need to continue what TPUSA is. Because TPUSA is not just Charlie Kirk. It's about what it stands for, about what it means. It's about its biblical principles. This is what it needs to be continued on. But no, you're going to have supposedly one of his best friends ever do everything in her power to gaslight, to posture, to be pompous, to throw asinine conspiracies out there, to do everything in her power to basically gasoline the place, light a match, walk away, and watch it all burn down. And that's truly fucked up. Really. But, and of course now, the challenges. TPUSA came out, challenge made, Hey, you know what? With all this going on, we're going to debunk everything that Candace has been talking about, and we want you to do it live with us. We want you to step into the studio and, put up or shut up, Candace. Candace says, sure, anytime, any place. TPUSA puts out the anytime, any place. And she's like, wait a minute. I can't do this because of A, B, C, and XYZ. Yeah. So for all the talk, she balked. Wow. What a surprise. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.